Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm finally going to be giving you guys a dedicated review on the Virgin Hunt Games trilogy. To my knowledge, it's only going to be these 3 books, and I received all 3 books via NetGalley as advanced ARC copies, and then I actually did end up going ahead and buying the books as well, because I didn't know that I was going to be getting volume 2 and 3. I didn't know I was going to be offered them, so I actually just pre-ordered them, and then I got offered them, so I read them prior to them releasing. Anyways, I wanted to talk about all 3 specifically. I'm going to aim to get this video up before the 15th, because the 3rd and final volume, to my knowledge, is actually going to be releasing on March 15th. So in case you have been interested in this trilogy, or you haven't and you want to kind of know more about it, let's just get into it, I guess. So this trilogy really brings together quite a few different fantasy elements. So it brings together a real reality TV show. It brings together trials in a sense. It brings together when I say trials, more in the sense of like the Hunger Games, how you get thrown into an arena for a certain amount of days. That's pretty much how these trials last. And it also brings together sex. Those are kind of the core elements of this series. In each book, you have hunters and hunted. The hunters are the men, and they tend to be literally hunters in their world. This is an intergalactical world, and this is kind of sci-fi in the sense that this is where like we are seeing aliens coming together with humanity or humans. So like I was saying, you have hunters who legit are actual hunters in their worlds or in their planets, and they have already had sex. They're known for their sex prowess to some extent most of the time. And then you have hunted, who are the females who have never had sex, and they are kind of gambling their virginity in this game. So what happens is everybody is thrown into an arena. The hunted get, I believe, what is it, 10 minutes to kind of hide in this arena before the hunters are released. And the hunted, their main goal is to either stay a virgin for the entire Hunt Games, and to stay a virgin for the entire Hunt Games, or for them to have sex with everybody except for their assigned hunter. The hunter's main goal is for them to have sex mainly with their hunted, and as much sex as possible. For both groups, the raunchier and the dirtier and the more explicit their intercourse is, or their sex is, the more money they get. And the whole reason that these people come onto this platform really is for money. Some of them, there are some other kind of underlying situations, whether it's to pay off family debt, or it's to find family members that are long lost, or something to that effect, or even to kind of reclaim their pride in some instance. But the main core of it is money, or money. So we follow different sets of couples in each book, which I really do appreciate. I appreciate that the author wasn't like dragging on the same couple. I just feel like it wouldn't have really worked, if we're being honest. And in the first couple, let's go to my notes. I will have my Goodreads link down below, and in that Goodreads I do have links to, or I did review each of these books in the series. I did a dedicated review because obviously it was a NetGalley, but also I just try my best to do dedicated reviews on all of them. So in case you are interested, just check out that below. So in the first series, we follow 2 characters. One, the hunted, she is being hunted, and she actually went on this because show just to help her family come out of poverty. She's not been really living, you know, the most lavish life. She's been working as hard as she can, but this is something that she knows she can do well at. And then on the other side, did I say her name? Her name is Mel. I'm sorry. And Melanie, that's her name. And then we also have Damon, who is legit alien, and his whole thing is that he is a powerful alien hunter, and he is just trying to show his worth, trying to prove to himself and to his people that he really can do what needs to get done. So those two come together. I actually really enjoyed this couple because, one, they were not each other's assigned hunted. Like, they weren't. They were assigned to different people, but I appreciated that when they decided they were gonna do the dang thing, they did the dang thing. And I appreciated what Damon did for Melanie throughout this book. He really sacrificed a lot. I just really, really enjoyed this first one. I think this first one really was a really good opening book, and really just did really good things. Really. Did I say really enough? Really. Then we have the second book, where we follow, let's get their names because I'm terrible at names, Tasman. And Tasman, he's had a very, very rough life. He is the hunter, and he's had a very, very rough life, to the extent where he was sold into what is it called? He was sold into sex trafficking, because of how bad the poverty was within his family, and he's never really been the same since. And so we have him, and then we also have the hunter. Her name is, what is her name? I don't remember her name, and it's not on the bloody, oh, I'm sorry. Tasman is the hunted. I'm sorry. Laundry, he is the hunter. And so the hunted, Tasman, she is going through a lot because her parents are being manipulated to continue to develop a drug that is doing bad. And so there are connections, of course, in the outside world that I'm not going to tell you guys, but I really enjoyed this one. What I will say is that this couple, there was a lot more back and forth, and sis, the hunted, she could have got hands. Okay, she could have got the hands because she was just doing too much, and I just couldn't. But at the end, you know, as all romances, they came together, and I did appreciate that. So once again, really, really good. Okay, now we're getting to the crux of everything, where we're talking about the third, and to my knowledge, like I said, the last book, where we follow Violet. Violet is the hunted, and Violet was orphaned when she was younger, about 3 years old. She was sent from an alien planet to Earth, to a random orphanage where she was raised, and eventually she was adopted by some scientists who thought that they could fix her skin tone, her complexion, because she legit had like a violet skin shade, and her hair was also violet with some streaks of brown in there as well. So Violet ends up going on to this game show, or to the Hunger Games, because she wants to really be loved, honestly, which is very, very heartbreaking. And yeah, and then on the other side of things, you have Prince Zell. That's right, you have a prince, and he is going on the Hunt Games because he is trying to prove to his people that he is worthy, especially because there's a couple of people who doubt that he can actually do well in hand-to-hand combat, because he is a warrior, but also he's a warrior in their like Air Force. And so yeah, they come together or they don't. This is a very, out of all the like angsty-ish books, this is the most angsty, where they really don't make a decision until the very last minute. I mean, you like the last page, and then you're like, oh, okay, you decided what you're gonna do. Okay, thank you. So I like that the first and the third book, you get like somebody who is royalty, which is of course the hunter. The hunter is royalty. And I like how the second book you kind of get a different combination. Once again, I just really enjoy the writing. I enjoy the idea. And I think that had this been a reality TV show legitly, I think unfortunately this would actually be a very popular reality TV show just because of how people are. And I really enjoyed it. So I gave, let's see, let's go back to my Goodreads really quickly. I gave all of them. So I gave the first one 5 stars. I gave the second one a 4-star, and the third one I gave a 4-star. So I really did enjoy this series. I will continue to read more from Mel Tesco, I believe is her name. And yeah, I just wanted to get this review out in case there are other people who are interested in this trilogy. I will also have my other review of the first one down below for you guys. I will say there are definitely trigger warnings all throughout every last book, every one of them, because you get scenes where either somebody's actually being raped or the idea of rape is presented. You get a lot of parental abuse, abandonment, sexual assault, like I said. There are also some, I would say, even depression and stuff like that. So there are definitely trigger warnings. I would say definitely read my reviews. I know my second and my third one, I definitely did the trigger warnings. I need to go back and do the trigger warnings for the first one. But just keep that in mind in case you are interested in this series and you do get triggered very easily. I don't, so yeah, it doesn't faze me as much, but I am trying to really remember to do those in my reviews for people who do get triggered. So that's pretty much it. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions on this trilogy. Like I said, I did originally get these given to me electronically as ARCs, but I did go ahead and actually pre-order or order all of them. So, you know, I did good. But yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, which hopefully be soon. We'll see. You know, it's how the cookie crumbles. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.